go there. We're discussing whether Chris could actually be a genuine gangster.
If you've watched Get Shorty, which is one of my favourite things that Chris has done, 3 series of it. I think we did 3 series. You played a gangster.
Yes, I'm very physically intimidating. I don't want people to get that because it really takes the shine off all the gags and stuff. But if you could see what's going on underneath,
I love how he's sitting like that, as he says, just how physically intimidating he is.
He famously romanced Unlucky in Love Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids. He's played the lazy but likeable Roy in this breakout role in the IT Crowd. He played Miles in Get Shorty, one of my favourites that he's ever done.
And now Chris O'Dowd is treading the boards for a brand new show where he plays a troublemaker going home to Ireland in the 1980s. Must be a stretch.
I may know a couple of guys kind of like this. But it's a beautiful play.
Go on, tell
called
us.
The Brightening Air by Conor McPherson, who's written gorgeous other plays like Girl from the North Country and Lime Tree Vower and The Weir. And this has got some similarities to The Weir in that there is a lot of storytelling in it. It's set in the northwest of Ireland in 1981, as you said, Kat, and it's a kind of a decrepit farmhouse where there's a brother and sister living there, probably beyond the years that they should be living together, and it's all a little bit strange. And I come back and I have a shop and some cafes, and I think I am the God's gift. And I'm also going through a bit of a midlife crisis, maybe.
OK.
And I kind of bring home a girl from one of the cafes that I may or may not be doing a line with, and all hell breaks loose, I suppose.
Is the girl your significant other? Do you have a significant other?
My wife is here at the house.
Oh.
Ooh. So he's trouble then. So you play a guy called Dermot. He's a bit of trouble, wears a leather jacket, big pile of keys.
Yes.
That type of thing.
I mean, that's literally it.
Yeah.
There is a leather jacket and a big pile of keys. He's what I would call, I suppose, a rapscallion. But he's under a spell, you know, that kind of feeling of, like, how do you know why you love somebody? And if you really love somebody, what is it? Is it some kind of elixir? Is it something from them?
Yeah.
Something that you need from yourself? And so this guy is either deluded or correct, and I suppose we'll find out.
It sounds like a really fun role.
It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful play. Ensemble piece, loads of other lovely actors in it, like Brian Gleeson and Sean McGinley and Rosie Sheehy. And it does speak to a completely tumultuous family when you see inheritance problems with houses and stuff. So kind of breaking up in your middle age and seeing where it takes you. But it's a beautiful play.
Excellent. And so how different is it to doing theatre and TV and film? Because I'm guessing you're on school run duty.
Yes, it's great for the hours. I mean, people don't talk about it enough, but the best thing about theatre is that you can, you know...
But you only get one shot, though.
You only get one shot, but nobody cares if, you know, you're going to do it again tomorrow.
Right.
Ah, that's interesting.
And nobody's on their phone. I feel like it's the last kind of art form where people could have to experience it without looking at their phone.
Because they put their phones away. Because even if you're going to the cinema or theatre, you sit and watch telly these days, you're often doing 3 or 4 things at the same time.
Or a gig or whatever, but you've got to be there when somebody's on stage. So
there's a vitality to it that must be fantastic.
Yes, because it's only going to happen in this particular night. Whatever happens is just going to happen in that night.
Will the kids come along and see it? Is it accessible?
I feel like I'll bring them along to show them the theatre, and I'll do some of my bits. I curse from time to time in it, so they'll be familiar with that, honestly. They won't be like, wait a minute, I didn't know Dad could curse. But I will bring them. I think that there might be one too many monologues about mysticism for their liking, but we'll see.
So you've come back from the States. Do they have American accents?
A little bit.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, especially the little one. Because a lot of our time there, we were in lockdown and doing all of that.
Sure.
They've still got lots of Irish and Dawn's English and whatnot. So they sound, it's a mishmash. It'll be interesting to see where it goes in the next couple of years.
And how are they coping with being here? How are you guys coping with being here?
Lovely clouds, don't you? Lovely loads of clouds for a good 3-month period, isn't it? What you don't see that. You don't see that a lot in the outside world, but 3 months of clouds, it's exciting.
Yeah, and how long it takes to put coats on small people.
Oh, my God.
That takes forever.
I just feel like half of the house is coats. you know?
We're doing coats with
And
Joe.
warm
Nobody
coats.
wants to wear.
Spring coats coming up with Joe Good a little bit later on. You said
Well,
they're
I'll
much
be
lighter.
here. I'm not going to leave this sofa until I find out.
Can we talk about Small Town Big Story as well?
Yes, please.
Which I've been absolutely gripped to. It feels like, again, good excuse for you to be able to make something in Ireland.
Yeah, there was that. I had kind of been looking to do something in Ireland and I hadn't in a few years. And I wrote it in the middle of lockdown. I was in Toronto shooting a film and the family were with me. And we had that kind of real stay-at-home order where I was kind of bouncing off the walls and I started writing. I'm like, I want to get home and I want to get off this planet. And kind of between those two themes, this kind of show developed. This show kind of set in the northwest of Ireland about a big TV show like Game of Thrones that comes to film, but it's about Celts. And the producer of it is from this town and she has an axe to grind. So it's great crack. Great crack.
It's a brilliant show. I can't tell where it's going.
Yes, there's sort of aliens involved as well.
And Christina Hendricks.
Yes.
The wonderful
gorgeous
Christina Hendricks from Mad Men and Paddy Considine.
Yeah.
Who's terrific in it as well. We get the impression that maybe he had misbehaved in some regard in the woods on the night of the millennium. And so when Christina hunts him down again, we feel like she's going to really pull him up on some stuff that might be
Unfinished
gross.
business.
Yes, but it kind of develops into that something happened to them of a cosmic element. And we reveal that over the course of the series.
The excitement of that is great. Really, I'm fascinated.
you.
It's just lovely. We were looking at this earlier. We'd mentioned Bridesmaids on the way, and I think it was, where are you now? Sort of nearly 10, 12 years ago?
It must be. I think it was 2012,
something like that.
maybe.
2011.
Was it?
2011.
Yeah. Okay,
Is it time to revisit that? Chris, there's got to be. Where are they all now? What's happened?
We're doing
How
it.
many...
We're going to start it next week, yeah. God, look at Cat's face!
I was like a meerkat then. I literally popped up out my little hole and I was like, oh!
I'm going to play Bridesmaid.
No, but I want to see it.
I know.
Like Kristen and Melissa,
So
like
funny.
they've got funny
God, they're brilliant,
bones.
yeah.
How did you keep a straight
Even Dawn
face?
thought you were good in that.
I know. That's the one thing that she's like, I'd watch that again.
So surely it's time for... It's got to be right for the second one.
I wonder, I don't know what would happen to them. They're so funny, my God.
How much fun could you have?
And all of them, they're just so funny. Maya Rudolph, that scene at the very start where she's using the chip as a phallic symbol. I feel like that's all you need, really, at the start. You know where they're at.
That's how you go.
How lucky was I to work with
Amazing.
so
We
many
loved
great
it.
It was
people.
just brilliant.
As are we having you
you.
pop in. Thank you so much for
Such a
coming.
pleasure. Thanks
Really,
for having
really
me.
great to see you.
The Brightening Air opens at the Old Vic on the 10th of April. Tickets are on sale.
Thank you for
now.
visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.